All right, we're on the last problem. This is problem number 69 on section 13.1, relative extrema. Problem 69. Marginal revenue. Given the demand function, it's actually the inverse demand function, 500 minus 5q, find when marginal revenue is increasing. All right, so we need to find when marginal revenue is increasing. So the first thing we need to do is we need to turn this into a revenue function. That means we need to multiply it by quantity. So revenue is going to equal 500q minus 5q squared. All right, now we're going to take the derivative with respect to quantity to get marginal revenue. 500 minus 10q. Now we need to find the critical values. So this equals 0. When does it equal 0? Well, let's solve for q. Subtract 500 from both sides. Divide both sides by negative 10. So critical value here is when q equals 50. So now let's look at the intervals between 50. So we have 50 to infinity and negative infinity to 50. And we are going to evaluate the derivative at the values below 50 and the values above 50. So below 50, let's plug in 0. 0 is in the interval between negative infinity and 50. If we plug in 0 into the derivative, we have 500 minus 0, so it's going to be positive. So the question asks, when is marginal revenue increasing? Well, marginal revenue is increasing between negative infinity and 50. Now let's see if it's also increasing from 50 to infinity. So let's plug in, what's a good value? Let's plug in 100. So 100 times 10 is 1,000. 500 minus 1,000, so that's going to give us a negative value. So it is not increasing after 50. So marginal revenue is increasing between the values of negative infinity and 50. And because quantity can't be negative, it's really between 0 and 50. So when this firm is producing, when a firm that uses this, that faces this demand function is producing between 0 and 50 units, their marginal revenue will be increasing, and afterwards their marginal revenue will be decreasing. All right, we are done with that one, and we are done with this section.